My name is Joseph Abayomi. I'm an artist based in Lagos, Nigeria. Yeah, growing up in my family is more or less like, I wouldn't say it's the same thing as others because I come from a polygamous family and I have a lot of freedom while growing up. Though I was with my parents, but there are a lot of children in the house and we have a lot of freedom. So I was given room to explore a lot of things like music, like playing the keyboard, going to church was a daily thing for me. So those are the things that brought up creativity in me, like especially music itself. And I wouldn't say much about that. That's just it about it. My freedom is what brought about my creativity brought creativity to my heart journey actually. From the beginning, I had no intention to want to become an artist. Like right from time, music was the in thing for me. The passion was there for me to create music. And when we finished secondary school, I had a friend of mine. Then we did visual art in school together. But it was this good, very good. He's a very good, multi-talented artist actually. So he said to me, he was my friend, he said to me he wants to go to Yabatech to school. He said, what course do you want to study? Still in secondary school, he said he wants to study general art. So I feel of general art. That means, as naive of me, I feel general art will comprise of music and all sorts. So probably when I get to my HND, I'll just divert. That was how I followed my friend to Yabatech. I never knew drawing was going to be a thing for me. So we got to Yabatech and they started, the course started and I noticed there is no music, there's nothing like, I never knew how to draw. So I just had to, because of the kind of family I came from, I cannot defer my admission and say I want to start over. That means that's the end of, I might not even end up in school actually. So I said, okay, if this is it, let me just go forward with it. Probably I'll just defer to Unilag. And that was how I got into art. And it's been a journey for me that I would say I love that I took that naive step because I'm getting into it. The process was hard for me. I wouldn't lie. I had to learn and learn and learn. I had to drop a lot of things just because I want to do art. Then I learned and learned. I read till I become what I am today. And it's been about roughly 10 years into it right now. Basically, I would say it is vice versa because I've been doing art right from time, be it music or any other thing. I've been doing it. So it just propelled me to a different level of art. So that's it. I've been doing art right from time. So art chose me and I chose art too. Yeah. I would say how that we react to our environment. As humans, how that we react to environment due to our background, because obviously we did not grow up the same way, we do not have the same family, so the way you react will obviously be determined by the way you are being brought up, the kind of mother you have, the kind of father you have, the kind of uncles and environment you lived in. So one of the things that inspired my art is the cycle of life in itself, how that we humans can react to our environment, and it will change the trajectories of every human being. I personally believe that since it is my environment that inspires me to create whatever I'm creating. People around me are dark-skinned people. People around me are not white, they're Africans. So how do I create an artwork that is different from the kind of people in my surroundings, if you get me actually. So this is just, but the way I do it is this is more like an hyperbole and deliberate use of exaggeration in my work, so as to tell people that I'm African. This is what I do. These are the people that bring inspirations to me on a daily basis. Some of the bad experiences I've had, most of the ones I've had are art thefts. People want to, how will I put it? People want to, all in the name of collectors, they want to collect your works and not pay you what you are deemed fit. I don't know why. I don't know how that. It's not only me actually. It's now a rampant thing on Instagram, because most of the time we want to sell our works outside the country, and they will use that as a means to exploit artists. And that's one of the things. That's one of the bad experiences I've had. And while growing up as an artist too, because I was trying to learn a lot of things, especially when I was in school. I was bad at drawing. I was very, very bad at drawing. It got to an extent my lecturer, because I was the governor in my school then when I was in ND. I was the class governor, and I was very bad at drawing. My lecturer had to come and collect my brush at the time to paint for me, because if there was a lady in my class, like if everybody's painting beats that lady's, mine will not. That was how I was bad during those times. But then now there's a lot of improvement in my work, I must say. After my ND, because I started my growth started particularly in HND2, in ND2 rather. I went for an IT, and one of the persons that I was under his tutelage was Sir Prince Adeoluwatomiwa. He was one of the people that brought a lot of, how will I put it? He really tutored me in a lot of things, and he's one of the, I would say I'm one of his products. So I still look up to him presently, yes. And I have a lot of people I look up to. I can't start mentioning names. Social media has been one of the great tools for artists to put out their works now. Before, people just do their art and most of the time mail it to collectors, and before that could reach them, they'll do, how will I put it? They'll put a portfolio together of their works and mail it to people just to see, okay, accept me into your gallery or so. But now, with a twinkle of an eye, create your artwork, post it on, especially Instagram and so on, post it on any of the social medias, and millions of people would see what your art looks like or what you create. So, to a great length, social media has been one of the great tools for artists in this generation. But then most of the times people ask me, why do I use lines on the face of my figures? And it's basically, and especially the red eye too. I talked about the hyperbole I used in my work. The red eye is part of the hyperboles I introduced in my work. That's exaggeration. Because I feel most of the time, we Africans our eyes are this sclera or retina, they call it, is not always white. People seem to always look at it as white. No, it is not. It is very warm in color, most especially every time it is warm. And I like to exaggerate that in my paintings. And the lines in my work, I call them intuitive lines. They are more like the trajectories of our lives that I talked about in the other time. So this is a physical way of putting it in my work, to say most of the time our background affects the way our life goes. It's just normal for somebody to grow up in an environment and that environment will shape him or her to the person he is presently. So that's one of the things I just would like to share with people. For people who are coming newly to the industry, my advice would be for them to just stay consistent in whatever they are doing and not chase money, because chasing money most times will make you derail from your primary assignment, which is to create art in itself. And for those who are my colleagues, I would advise that we should just keep doing what we are doing, and the results will come out.